You are welcome to today's lesson. Today we are going to discuss about the manufacturing account. Manufacturing account. Previous chapter we had some questions and did answers for that. That is for sole proprietorship. This is the manufacturing account. For the sole proprietorship, trading and profit and loss account we have. So now we are talking about manufacturing, trading and profit and loss account, all three in one account, right? Manufacturing process also will be there, trading account also will be there, and the profit and loss account also will be there. So here one more section is added, that is manufacturing process, accounting for manufacturing process added here, right? Manufacturing, what is the manufacturing? You have to differentiate the manufacturing process and trading process. What is the trading process and what is the manufacturing process? Manufacturing concern in the sense you used to convert the raw materials, you convert the raw materials into finished goods, right? Into finished goods, right, to be consumed by the ultimate consumer, right? For the final consumer, you are producing the finishing goods to be consumed by the final consumer using the labor and machineries and other metals also, right? To you are using what is the differences there? Here you are converting the converting the raw materials into the finished goods, right? Raw materials into finished goods using labor and machinery. Okay, this is for the he is doing a production activity, right? The manufacturer is involved in production activity where he will have a manufacturing plant at his site, right? With administration, finance and everything. One extra portion is manufacturing plant will be there, the manufacturer will have, right? Whereas if you compare the trader, the person who is involved in the trading activity, he will what he will do, he used to purchases, this manufacturer will purchase only the raw material with the intention of converting that raw material into the final product, right? Final product using labor and machineries, right? And thereafter he will sell it to the retailers. He will sell it to the retailers and wholesaler and retailer. His target is producing and selling to the retailer and wholesaler, all right? That is the manufacturer's activity. Whereas traders activities is he used to purchase the finished goods, not the raw material. He will purchase the finished goods or raw material and sell it to the another party without making any further addition or conversion. Without making any, he will do the purchases of products and he will not make any additions or conversions to that particular product, and he will sell it to the other party without making any sort of what you call modification to that product which he had bought, right? That is the activity of the trading activity, right? Trading activity. Ultimate user will purchase it for his own use. So there are three parties will be there. So this is manufacturer. He may do manufacturing activity also, he may do, and he may involve in the trading activities also, he may involve in the trading activities. Okay, so now we are going to see the manufacturing account. Converting process of raw material into the finished product good using labor and machinery. This is the short definition for this manufacturing account. Okay, so why we have to produce the manufacturing account? Why manufacturing account, right? Why do we have to produce the manufacturing account? We can do the trading and profit and loss account. Why we have to do the manufacturing account? Because we have to ascertain the production cost of the goods complete. Production cost. We should know the production cost. Then only we can involve in the trading activity, right? Without knowing the production cost, how you can involve in the trading activity? If you get the arrived at the production cost only, you can make a margin, you can come for the conclusion what is the margin you had to fix for that product and what is the selling price you can fix it for that particular product, right? These aspects are actually you can find in the management accounting. Okay, you can find or you can study in detail production cost and those costs related to the production, how to apportion the costs to the production, that you can study in detail in management account. Okay, so here he want to find out what is the production cost. That is what we have to, what is the prime cost, and prime cost also he want to know the prime cost. This is the prime cost. Okay, later on I will come to the prime cost. This is the production cost. Okay, production cost and prime cost. These two costs he need to know. Then only he can further proceed with the accounting activities. So here, as you know, there will be several costs involved, right? There are several costs involved in the production process. In that case, we used to classify those production costs into two types of costs, right? Types of cost. Types of cost, right? One is direct cost. Direct cost, right? Second one is indirect cost. Indirect cost, right? We can classify those costs included in production into under direct cost or indirect cost, right? Direct cost or indirect cost. What is the direct cost, right? What is the direct cost? What is the direct cost? The cost or expenses directly involved in the production. The cost or expenses that are involved directly in the process of production, in the production of goods. What are the direct costs? One is raw material. Raw material. Raw material, right? Raw material. Second one, labor. Right? Raw material. And these are the direct expenses, direct cost involved in the production. Because without raw material, can you produce the product? No. Labor. Without the labor, can you produce the product? Overhead, direct cost, indirect cost. No. Right? Electricity. It is a indirect. It is the direct cost. Electricity. Without electricity, can you produce the product? No. Without machinery, can you produce the product? No. Right? Those will come under the overheads, right? Overhead expense, direct cost and overhead, indirect cost. And one is factory overheads. What are the factory overheads? That is rent, insurance, and depreciation on machinery, etc. Those are factory overheads. Rent for the factory, right? Rent for the factory. Insurance. You had to make an insurance for the factory and machineries, building and machineries. Insurance. Depreciation for the machineries used in the production. That is also coming under the factory overheads. Indirect cost. Indirect costs are indirect cost, right? How do we say indirect cost? After doing the production, right, you are converting the raw materials into final product 100% completed product, right? Now after completion, after the production, can you keep quiet and wait until other people come and ask you, come and can you expect that anybody can come and buy any those produced products from you? No. You have to do the advertising for that. You have to do the selling and distribution expense. You have to involve it. Send for selling and distribution expenses. Administration expenses should be there. To do the purchasing, you have to employ a staff. to handle the documentation of purchases, to for the tender, to offer the tenders. Administration department should be there, marketing department should be there to do the selling activities, finance department should be there, right? Marketing, right? Administration account expenses, expense, selling and distribution, marketing expense, administration expenses, marketing expenses, financial cost expense, right? Finance department will be there to do the accounting activities for this production activity. So you had to employ the employees for the administration, finance, marketing. For their salaries has to be charged. Where you can charge? No, you cannot charge it to the production. That is not directly involved to the production. Those are involved with the indirect expenses. They are involving in indirectly with this product, right? All those things are indirectly involved. They are not directly connected with the production process, right? To finance, right? To do the purchasing. If you borrow money from the bank, you have to pay the interest expenses. That cannot be charged to the production. Direct expenses as direct expenses. No, that has to be charged under finance cost. Right? That is indirect expenses. So those categories of expenses are called indirect expenses, right? Indirect expenses. This is it's all right. Indirect expenses. Direct cost and factory overhead costs will come to the manufacturing account. It will attributed to all both type of expenses attributed to the manufacturing account. But this indirect cost is attributed to trading and selling, profit and loss account, right? Understood? Right? Understood? And another thing is, some places, some costs are common, maybe common, right? If you say in one premises, right, you have uh, one under the one in the one land, right? This is one land, okay, one land. This will have a one assessment. In this land, you may have a very big, what you call, building, right? This building, you may say, right, this building used for factory. This is for factory. This is for administration, admin, sales, finance sections are involved in this bill, right? This factory and other administrative sections are in the same building, functioning in the same building, not different building, in the same building, same place, right? So this owner, say he has rented out this building, right? Building. So the rent for the building charged at 100,000 per month, per month, per month, right? Per month, right? So now there's a problem arising as to how we can apportion this cost to these factory and administration sections. So there are ways, types of apportionment methods, right? One, apportionment or cost. Of cost, right? Apportionment of cost. You can apportionment the cost, right? You can apportionment the cost. Apportionment is the new word for you all, right? That is the meaning of it. How to divide that expenses, or how to distribute those expenses, or how to charge those expenses to these relevant departments for these relevant fact sections, right? That is the apportionment. So you can apportion the cost on the basis of what we call floor area, area floor area. You can apportion the cost on the basis of floor area. That means floor area in the sense we can say this is 10,000 or 10,000 square feet, right? This is 3,000 square feet or 5,000 square feet, right? This is 15,000 square feet and this one is 5,000 square feet. For an example, this is 15,000 square feet, this is 5,000 square feet. I'll come to the later. One is floor area, based on floor area. Second one is based on percentage given. Percentage, right? Based on percentage. Okay, right? That is percentage. We can apportion the cost based on floor area, percentage, and third one, number of employees or labor. labor. Number of employees or labor. Right? You can apportion the cost based on floor area, that means square feet. Here, for an example, for this one, floor area, based on floor area in the sense 100,000 is there, right? There is a 15,000 square feet. Here, number of employees, right? Wait, number of employees, here 50, here 250, right? Otherwise you can say 450, right? Number of employees are 450. There's 50. Number of employees, right? So based on floor area in the sense, if you apportioning the rent based on floor area under the floor area method, based on first method, that means floor area 15,000 plus 5,000, total is 20,000 square feet, right? Area means 100,000 divided by 20,000 square feet, right, into whatever the relevant factory, right? So we can say, we can put it in such a way, in easiest way, right? Here we will say factory and admin sections, office and admin section, right? So admin section, how you can apportion rent, right? Rent, okay. Rent, how do you apportion? Based on first method, that means floor area, floor area means how much, 100,000 equal to 100,000 divided by 20,000 square feet into 15,000 square feet, right? 15,000 square feet, right? This is 5,000 square feet. That means 10 into 5,000, right? 2 into 5,000, 10,000. 2 into 5,000, right? 2 divided by 5 into 5,000 into 5, 3 50,000, 100,000, 100,000 divided by 20,000, right? 20,000. This will go 5. 5 into 5,000, 25,000. 25,000. 5 into 15,000, 75,000. 75,000. As per, if you calculate this based on floor area, this is the way you will get the rent, right? If you calculate based on percentage, right? Based on percentage, if they say you calculate 60% to the factory and 40% to the admin, that means you say here floor area percentage hundred thousand into percentage, right? 6,000, 60,000 here. Here you will charge 40,000, right? 100,000 into 60% is this 60,000. 100,000 into 40%, 40,000. Right? And third method is number of employees. Means you have 100,000 common cost. This is the common cost, right? This is 100,000 is the common cost, common rent is common, right? 100,000 into number of employees 500 divided by 500 numbers, right? 100,000 divided by 500 in the sense 200, right? 200 rupees per labor. Then 200 into 50, 200 into 50, 10,000, right? Then 450 into 200 is 90,000. If you apportion the cost based on floor area, it may differ. This is the method, right? These are the methods. So each method may vary from each one. So you cannot expect all three methods will arrive at the same amount. It won't arrive at the same amount. It will give different amounts, right? But it depends on the management of the company to decide what is the basis is suitable for their business. Based on that, they will arrive at the decision, right? So this is, I have explained to you in this lesson what is manufacturing cost, what is the manufacturing account, right? What are the types of costs involved in manufacturing process, and how to apportion the common cost, how to apportion the common costs involved in the production. So there are, what are the types of apportionment and how to apportion the cost by using the example I have explained to you. So I think, I believe that you all would have understood. If you understood this up to this point, rest is easy. Rest is easy in the sense, I am going to give you a format for manufacturing account. Right here, I have given the format of manufacturing account. Right after, once you complete this one, if you understand this picture which I gave to you now, if you understood this picture, then you can proceed to the second picture. This is the first picture. This is the second picture. If you understand this one, okay, go to this one. If you don't, carry out again, go through, then definitely you can understand. Okay, so second matter is what, the format of manufacturing account. Right, manufacturing account, format of manufacturing account. Right, manufacturing account. In the manufacturing account, always we start with the opening stocks. Right, opening stocks of raw materials. Right here, in manufacturing account, we always start with the opening stocks of raw material. So raw material 5,000. Right, then and purchases of raw materials, not the finished goods. Here we don't, in the manufacturing section, we don't concern with the finished goods. We say raw materials, purchase of raw materials. Right, so 10,000. Right, before I am coming to this one, I will explain to you the differences between manufacturing process and trading process. Right, I didn't give you the example for manufacturing process and trading process. Right, for very good example, now only I got understood that I have omitted, or I didn't give an example for that. Right, for very good example for this is manufacturing process is wood. Right, wood, you are buying the wood, the manufacturer will manufacturer will purchase the wood. Right, manufacturer will purchase the goods. Right, then he will convert it to furniture, conversion, purchases. Right, then second part take place, processes is processing. What is, how do you conversion? Converting to furniture. Right, if you furniture, then he makes the sales. Then now this is the final product. Furniture is the final product. Now he sells this final product to the trader. Right, trader, furniture. to the consumer. Right, consumer. What the trader, without any conversion, right? Without without right, without making any conversion. Conversion or modification. Without making any conversion or modification, sells to consumer. Consumer. The trader, without making any conversion or modification, right? He sells the furniture to the consumer as it is. As it is. He transfer the goods purchases to the consumer by keeping in the showroom without any modification, without any conversion, right? As it is, as like purchase good is transferring to the consumer without any conversion. That is the trader activities, trading activity. He buys the good and sells the good. Nothing happens. No modification, no conversion. Purchases goods are kept it as it is and in the stocks and sold it to the consumer when he is make an order, right? Make and purchase, right? So this is the good wood, making the wood furniture, and furniture is going to the consumer. Wood taking, purchasing the woods is manufacturer's place, right? Trader won't purchase the wood, he cannot sell it, right? Okay, so that is the word. Good example for that, right? I have gave the example also. Now we move to the manufacturing account, right? Now we can move to the manufacturing account. In manufacturing account, you can opening stocks, raw materials are there. In the manufacturing account, first of all you will mention opening stocks of raw materials. You have to mention very clearly opening stocks, raw materials, right? That is 5,000. Then you have to add the purchases of raw materials. You have to add purchases of raw materials. Add the purchases of raw materials, right? Right, purchase of raw material, right? He add with the opening stocks of raw materials. Then carriage inwards, any expenses incurred in bringing that purchase goods to the stores of raw materials. Carriage inwards 1,000. Then total cost is 16,000. Then you have to deduct, like in the trading account, closing stocks of raw materials. Closing stocks of raw materials. You are deducting 3,000. Then you will arrive at cost of raw materials. Cost of raw material consumed. Cost of, here you will arrive at the cost of raw materials consumed. Cost of raw materials consumed, right? Then you will add direct expenses. Direct expenses 4,000, direct labor 6,000. Direct expenses 4,000, and direct labor, the people who worked in the production plant. The people who worked in the production plant. Example, the machine operator. The machine operator, the people who feeds the raw material to the machine, etc. Their costs are coming under the labor, factory labor, 6,000. Then you will arrive at the prime cost, right? You will arrive at prime cost. That is with the cost of raw materials consumed. With the cost of raw materials consumed, right? With the cost of raw materials consumed, you are adding the direct expenses attributable to the production of product. Direct expenses attributable to the production of product. Then if you add that direct cost, you will arrive at prime cost. The cost you will arrive is defined as a prime cost, right? Prime cost. Thereafter, with the prime cost, you will add direct expenses. Sorry, factory overhead. Right? Factory overhead. You may have rent, insurance, depreciation of machineries, etc. Electricity, etc. Then if you add the factory overheads with the prime cost, then you will arrive at an amount of 39,000 here. Right? Factory overheads are 16,000. Prime cost is 23,000. If you add 23 with the 16,000, 39,000. 39,000. Right? Another very important area is in the stocks. We have two type of stocks, right? Not the two type, three types of stocks, right? One is raw material. In the stocks, you may have three type of stocks. One is raw material stock, raw cost, right? Second one is uncompleted stocks. Uncompleted stocks, that is work in progress. That is called work in progress. That is called uncompleted stocks, in the sense at the end of the financial period, that means 31st of 3rd, for an example, 31st of 3rd 2024, you are carrying out the productions, right? You won't stop the production. Your production will go on as it is, right? End of the financial year, you won't stop the production because you had to carry on your businesses, right? So that end of 31st of 3rd 2024, you may involve in the production, right? For an example, you would have planned to produce 5,000 units of certain product, right? 5,000 units of certain products. For an example, we can say shirts 5,000 units of shirts, for an example, right? But end of the 31st third 2024, you would have completed 4,000 units. You have completed units completed 4,000 shirts, fully 100% completed, 100% completed. But 1,000 you could not able to finish it, because in the production of shirts there are several stages. Stitching is one stage, cutting is one stage, cutting the material according to the measurement, and thereafter it will go to the stitching. After stitching, in stitching also there are different types of stitching stages also there, and after stitching you have to put a buttonhole to the shirts, and thereafter you have to attach the buttons to the shirts, right? Making button holes to the to the shirts, and attaching buttons to the shirts, right? So several stages are there. After doing all those things, you had to iron it, you had to pack it, right, and send it to the finished goods store. Right? So there are several stages. Here you may say 1,000 is 70% only completed. So this is called work in progress. Work in progress. This is called work in progress. This 1,000. It was not completed. Work in progress. Tomorrow you are going to complete that. So as at 31st third, it is work in progress. On 1st of April, it is completed units. Okay, understood. So that is the one here important. That is opening work in progress. Opening work in progress. You have to add that opening work in progress. This is 1st of April to 1st of April to April 2023 to 31st April. 1st of April 2023 to 31st of March 2024. No? So 1st of April 2023 opening balance will be there. No? Work in progress. That has to be taken as a opening work in progress. You have to add that one with this amount. Then you will arrive at 48,000. 9,000 opening work in progress. Then you will arrive at 48,000 48,000 cost. From that you have to deduct the closing work in progress. That is 31st third 2024 you will have a work in progress. No, that work in progress regarded as closing work in progress, that you have to deduct from this cost. Then you will arrive at production cost of goods completed. Production cost of goods completed, that is 41,000, right? That is 41,000. There are three factors involved, that is arriving at prime cost, right? Cost of materials consumed. One is cost of material consumed. Cost of material consumed also important. And prime cost of material consumed, you have to think this area when you are doing the management accounting, because then only you can ascertain what is the wastage, etc., etc., right? Cost of material consumed, right? You have the prime cost and production cost of goods completed. Production cost of goods completed. With this, manufacturing part is finished, over. it's over now. Production cost of goods completed is finished. Thereafter, now we are coming to the trading account. This is manufacturing, trading, profit and loss account, right? Heading should be right. Sales is 80,000, right? Sales is 80,000. Less cost of goods sold. Less cost of goods sold. What are the cost of goods sold? Opening stocks of here raw materials or completed goods will be there, not the raw material. Here you will get opening stock of finished goods, that is completed goods. Opening stock of finished goods, that is 4,000, and with that add production cost of goods completed. Production will add with the opening stock production cost of goods completed, that is production cost of goods completed from the manufacturing account. You have to take it from manufacturing account, right? Production cost of goods completed, that is 41,000. Then you will arrive at 45,000. From that you have to deduct closing finished goods. Closing finished goods, right? Closing finished goods, then that is 88,000. Then you will arrive at 37,000 is the cost of goods sold. Here you won't get in this trading account. In the manufacturer's trading account, you won't get any purchases. Understood? In a manufacturer's trading account, you won't get any type of purchases. That purchases is the raw material that will go to the manufacturing account, right? Here you will get the production cost of goods sold completed, production cost of goods completed, production cost of goods completed, right? Then you will arrive at a gross profit of 43,000. Gross profit of 43,000. Then from that you have to deduct administration expenses 8,000, selling and distribution 3,000, financial expenses 1,000, other expenses 1,000. Then you will arrive at net operating profit. This is the net operating profit. This 30,000 is the net operating profit. From the gross profit you are deducting administration expenses, selling and distribution expenses, financial expenses and other expenses. Then you will arrive at a net operating profit. Okay, understood? That's all. So today we have covered manufacturing account with trading and profit and loss account. I hope you would have understand. I hope you would have understood. And if you don't, go through my lectures again, then definitely you will understand the subject. If not, you can ask any, clarify your doubts with me, and I am available. You can contact me by mail or WhatsApp. I can sort it out your problems. Thank you for joining with us, and I hope to meet you in next lesson with exercises. Okay, we will do more and more exercises, then you will find it very easy. This subject is easy for you. Okay, thank you.